Hi guys, welcome back to Rob's Arsenal Recap, and in this video we're going to talk about the morning headlines. So let's just get straight into it. So the Mail Sports understand that Mikel Arteta is giving serious consideration to giving David Raya a prolonged first team opportunity in the coming weeks. Raya is said to have been deeply impressed in training, particularly with his ability to accurately play out from the defence. For me, I was crying out for Raya to start against Man United. Not the fact that Ramsdale had a poor match, not the fact that Ramsdale was so bad or terrible. It's just that the fact that I wanted to give Raya a chance. We signed him for a reason, and I wanted to give him a chance to see how he would cope. Because for me, that match suited Raya down to the T, because we needed to get some balls over the top, to beat the press. Because Man United is a very good pressing team, so I believe that we needed Raya in a situation like that to go over the top to beat the press. This is why I believe that Arteta got a player like Declan Rice. Declan Rice and Kai Havertz. For more than one reason we got Declan Rice, and for the main reason I believe that Arteta got Kai Havertz, we can go long, and when we can be able to beat the press from these different teams, because I believe the problem with us last season, because we become too common. We become too everyone knows how we play. We become that team that everyone can read us. We become too transparent to every team. So this is it, that we needed to change up our gameplay, and I believe that it was a good thing that Arteta got Kai Havertz, because then we can go long to him. He can chest it down and pass it off. He can header it on or header it back or header it side, wherever he sees the player. Then we can change up or another variation of attack. So that, and then we went and got Raya. So that's why I believe that these two together would be very compatible. Raya and Kai Havertz playing together, they will be very compatible. And it's the same thing with Declan Rice. Raya can beat the press, give it to Declan Rice, and so on and so on. Ramsdale is a very good shot stopper. He's not as good with his feet as Raya. So I really wanted Raya to have a part in that game on Sunday. However, we didn't see him play, so hopefully, as Sammy Markbell said in the article, that Arteta's gonna give him a chance after the international break. In another article I read, basically that's what he was saying. So hopefully after the international break we can get to see Raya. We can get a feel of how good he's gonna be for us in the future, because I believe that we're gonna sign him. I know that there's a stipulation in the contract to say that he has to play a certain amount of game, or he has to perform a certain amount of duties. That's in his contract to say that's why we'll be able to sign him. So I believe that Arteta is gonna basically do enough so that we can buy him, in terms of fulfill that clause in that contract, so we can sign him, because I believe that he's going to be a very, very, very good keeper for us. In goalkeeping years, he's still very young, so he's got a very, very good future ahead of him, because he plays like Alisson for Liverpool, right? And we needed a keeper like that. He plays like Edison for Man City. We needed a player like that, because if you realize that these two teams are the best in England at this moment, and if we're going to compete with the two best team in England, we have to have a similar playing pattern. Not the same or the exact, but it's the same. Liverpool love to pass from the back, and Manchester City is basically the king at passing out from the back in the Premier League. So if we're going to compete with this team, we have to play in similar patterns, in similar style, but differing at the end, or in the midfield. We can differ with a few stuff, but playing out from the back, most teams are doing it now, and we need a great keeper to play out from the back. Bukayo Saka has been crowned England's Men Player of the Year for a second successive year. The winger has pipped Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane to the award voted by the Three Lions fans. Saka has established himself as one of the first names on Gareth Southgate's team sheet. He has made 10 appearances for England in the last year, scoring 7 times. 3 of those goals came at the World Cup in Qatar, while he netted his first senior hat-trick in a 7-0 win over North Macedonia in June. The Arsenal star was said to be surprised to receive the award when it was given at St James's Park this week. Bellingham has also enjoyed a fine year at senior level, playing a key role in Qatar at just age 19. Kane has also been at his usual goal scoring best, breaking Wayne Rooney's record to become England's all-time goal scorer. Well done Bukayo Saka. Another trophy for England, another basically a player of the season. And for me, there can be no doubt, because I can hear the opposition fans. I can hear Man United fans, Chelsea fans, Man City fans. Oh, it's because he's an Arsenal player. But when you've been voted, if it was a vote that we could not have tracked, or basically he just received votes from the manager or whatever, then there's always something to say. There's always going to be an excuse. But when it comes down to the fans, these are the England fans, England national fans. England national team fans voted for Bukayo Saka. Some of them are Chelsea fans, some of them are Man United fans, some of them are Man City fans. So, and some of them are even Tottenham fans voting for Bukayo Saka. So no one can say that he did not deserve this. For me, he had a very poor start to the season. If I could compare it, I would compare it to having two children, when one of them perform at their best and the other one is not performing the way they should be, and you're very critical of that child, and you show them ways and how they can improve. You try to discipline them and try to get them to improve. It's the same with Bukayo Saka. You see his potential, you see his ability, you see the heights he can get to. He can be our Messi. He has the potential to be our Messi, Arsenal's Messi, and even the Messi for the Premier League. That's how great Saka is. That's how great his potential is. So I believe that going forward, he will continue to grow. He will continue to thrive. And one of the reasons why I'm so critical of him this season is because we haven't got that another right winger. So he's all we have. So I know he's been carrying us for a few seasons by himself. However, this is not the time to relax. This is not the time to take it easy, because now I want to see him go on to bigger things. I want to see him go on to be challenging for the Ballon d'Or. That's what I want from him. So this is why I'm so basically strict. This is why I'm so critical of Saka right now, because I believe that he has the potential to win the Ballon d'Or in 2 more seasons. Between now and 2 seasons, I believe that he has the ability to win the Ballon d'Or. So, and the only way you can win that is by keeping pressing forward. You can't take your foot off the gas. So, on to the next news. Peter Schmeichel says that Gabriel Jesus has sent a signal to the rest of the Premier League after he scored his first goal of the new season following Arsenal win over Manchester United. Declan Rice scored the decisive goal in stoppage time, but the legendary goalkeeper Schmeichel thinks that it's Gabriel Jesus who the team across the Premier League will now be scared of. When you talk about Declan Rice getting a lot of confidence from that goal he scored, coming back from injury, it's going to send signals to the Premier League now, said Schmeichel. Other teams are going to be a bit scared of that now. And I agree 100%. This guy knows what he's talking about. This is a pundit in what you can take and trust in his words. This is a pundit advice you can take and basically have confidence that he's gonna basically give you the best advice, because this is brilliant analysis from Peter Schmeichel. The Premier League is already scared of Arsenal. Every team in the league is already scared of Arsenal. Based off what we done last season, Gabriel Jesus was injured for about 3-4 months. We still held that charge. We still were fighting down to the very end. The last match of the season, we were fighting hands and nails, scratching, clawing. Wherever we could find the strength, wherever we could find the graft, the grit, we were finding it at the end of the season. I know that most people call us bottle jobs because they say that we bottled it to the end of the season. However, I see that we done a very good job comparing it to the previous season. We were fighting for 4th place. We missed out on that, and then we got the 4th place. And now this season we should win the Premier League. We should win the Premier League. And if it's not the Premier League, the Champions League, because the Premier League can be a difficult thing, but I believe the Champions League can be an easier thing to attain. Listen, hear me out. Don't throw stones yet. Don't be throwing stones at your TV. Don't be smashing your phones right now. Hear me out first. The Premier League is a long road. Is a long journey of 38 games. It's a lot of games. Over 30 games you have to play in the Premier League. The Champions League, sometimes it's a luck of a draw. It's a team that turn up on a day that can basically win. Now, the group stages, I believe we can get out the group stage. I can believe our team is good enough to get to the semi-finals, the finals. I believe so, because if we can beat City, now people might say, "Oh, it's just the Community Shield," but we beat City. And if we can beat, and bear in mind we beat City without Gabriel Jesus, and if we can beat City and basically Declan Rice not playing his best, Timber not playing his best, because then Timber just came into the team. Even though Timber is injured now, we might, potentially might be back for Champions League charge at the end of the season. But even if we don't get the Timber back, we still got Declan Rice, we still got Jesus firing all cylinders. Saka is only going to get better. Martinez our team is only going to gel and get better and better. So going to the end of the season, I believe that if we can win matches on the day, then it's winning the Champions League is not a big deal. We see City won it last season, beating the biggest teams in the world, beating the best teams in the world, and being crowned European champions. I believe that it's not far from us to do. I believe the Premier League is more difficult to win because you have to be more consistent over a longer period of time to win the Premier League. But you can turn up a few matches and win the Champions League. You literally can turn up on a few matches, smash those teams that you turn up against, and you win the Champions League. Simple. But the Premier League, you have to. It's the day in, it's the week in, week out mentality, the mind games of the different managers, the fatigue of the players. All these things you have to keep into consideration over a 30-odd game span. But over a few games, and this is it, that in the Champions League, our group is. I'm happy with our group. It's a group. I think it's one of the easiest group. I think. So it's not that difficult to come. We can even play our second string players and come out the group. And I believe that our second string players like Tamiaso and like Reece Nelson, whether it's Nketiah, Gabriel J, whoever, I believe these players are good enough. Trossard, Vieira, I believe that these players are Kivio, whether it's Ramsdale or Ryan goal, I believe that these players are good enough to take us out the group stages and potentially bringing us straight to quarterfinals or semi-finals, not to mention our first string player. So for me, it's not a bad shout, and Gabriel J is the one that's going to spur us there. He's going to be that player that give us that ability, because when he plays, you see he can draw 3-4 players to him. That's what happened against Man United. This is why I believe that Gabriel Martinelli said he's one of the best players in his position, because he has the ability to pull about 4 or 5 players to him, and when he pulls those players to him, then he's going to create space for other players around him. So that's it. I believe that Martinelli, the whole league, we went in the article yesterday about how Kevin De Bruyne is scared of Odegaard. So every team in the league right now is scared of Arsenal. They're scared of William Saliba. They're scared of Gabriel Magalhaes. They're scared of David Raya. They're scared of Aaron Ramsdale. They're scared of Declan Rice. Rice. They're scared. I told you, Declan Rice is my favorite player right now. The best player in the world for me right now. One might say, oh, it's reactionary to having this conclusion after 4 matches, but his ability, his technical prowess, for me, is already proven that for me as a person, as an individual, is the best player in the world right now. I love to see it. I love to see Declan Rice. I've been watching his clips over and over and over again. So teams are scared of Declan Rice. Teams are scared of Martin Odegaard. Teams are becoming scared of Vieira. Teams are scared of Bukayo Saka. This is why they're always doubling up. Teams are scared of Martinelli. Teams are scared of Nketiah. They're getting more scared of Nketiah now. They are scared of Gabriel J. So why should not they be scared of our team? They're scared of the individual players. In return, that's going to make them scared of the team. So that's it there, and then that's the latest news in the morning. Catch you in the next video where we discuss the latest news in the afternoon. Goodbye. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment. Catch you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.